Hi everybody. Good evening to you. It's me, Taylor. I'm back for more video games. Hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I know some of you guys joined me. That's my own voice. That's not bad. Yeah, we played the Messenger yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Thanks everyone who joined me for those streams. That was good times. Seven was mostly. And yeah, it was fun. Let's play Pillars of Eternity. This one. Hi, that's my desktop. That's the wrong button entirely. There we go. So we are currently in the Temple of Odica. Good for us. That's part of our main quest, actually. Hold on. I'm going to awkwardly be showing you my desktop a lot when we play this game. It's actually better, it seems, if I just capture the screen instead of the actual game. For whatever reason, there's a huge video delay for loading screens and shit like that, and it looks stupid. So if I switch to this screen, it's just straight up capture that crap. So we're good. We're good. Anyway, Temple of Odica. I'm just going to continue. Let's do it. No idea what awaits us down here. None whatsoever. Small announcement. I have next week off, so I'll be streaming a lot. Yeah. We'll finish up the Messenger pretty soon. Might be Friday. I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow. Why am I... Hold on. I'll fix myself. What else? Yeah, so we're going to finish the Messenger, so a lot of that week is going to be wrapped up in Dishonored 2. But,
Hey.
I kind of felt like starting the stream by talking to our good pal, Durance, but fuck him, I don't want to talk to him.
Good.
So, let's see what we can fight. Oh, shit! Starts soon. Investigate the Leaden Keys activities. Older robed man. Ooh, you look cool. In front of you looms the ghostly hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. Oh, this is the guy who was at the weird shrine. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you. You are from Cretum?
My dear.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt, sir. His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. Okay. Only recently. Came to live there years ago. Oh, this is me telling my story. Okay, this gives me the option of choosing my own background, which has been a big part of this game, actually. I'm going to say I came to live there years ago.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most
whiskey,
impressive
by the
we
way.
have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Cretum. What made you decide to join our order?
Wow, lots going on here. Your teachings? That's a no. The world needs to know about the true gods? No. Gods have been good to me and I wish to repay them? Fuck that. I went through dark times, nothing made sense. That all changed when your order came to my homeland. I saw the gods grant miracles to your order. I'm not sure. That's the only answer I actually kind of identify with. Yeah, I opened up a hotel room nightstand and found your story, sir. I hate all these. The world needs to know about the true gods. I'm not sure. I'm going to say that.
Remember never to be discouraged by those who cling to their beliefs. They are worthy of our pity, not our scorn.
No idea what I'm saying.
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Wow, I have no choice. I am. That's it, huh? And away we go. Huh. Okay. Hi, Half-Mag. The mercenary eyes you warily as you approach, his weapon readied. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of that masked lot. Hey, give some money. What's going on here? Since you don't know, you clearly don't belong here. Oh no! He whistles sharply and you hear shouts of alarms in the distance. Oh wow! Okay, I fucked that up. Wow. He's a pretty astute guard. I gotta give that guard respect. Immediately he's like, nope, you don't belong here. Fuck off.
Alright then.
Kill them all. Was jail not an option, sir? Relax. How would I know to be here if I didn't belong? Perfect. He thinks carefully, then nods. Okay, I was actually more guilty sounding what I just said versus what he actually nabbed me for. But alright. He's an idiot now. He thinks carefully. Alright then. Go on and report to the Acolyte, and she'll give you your assignment. They should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. Okay, bye. He doesn't like me asking questions, so I won't.
Nice and quiet.
That looks so openable.
Always
It's
something
stupid.
new.
Good job, Sagani. What did we see, though? I can't even tell. What did you see? You discovered something. What did... Oh, here it is. Okay. Hey! Okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here yet, but we're doing it.
Nice and slow.
Ah, bollocks. What happened? That's not a big deal. We're fine. Combat start. Oh. Are we actually in combat? Who are we fighting? I don't see an enemy anywhere. Oh, okay. We're not in combat. It's this stupid trap. Because it's still active. There's too many of us. Alright. Hopefully that'll disappear soon. Looks like we all lived. We look like idiots, but we lived.
All right then. Laying low.
It's done.
Nice. What do we got? We got a Deerwooden Charm Belt. Movement rate bonus. I love it. Sure. Okay. You think you hear the faint sound of whispering coming from the skulls, but the words are unintelligible. You gotta be right on top of stuff sometimes to see it. We look stupid doing this. I only needed Sagani to actually sneak, though. Did I have max health when I come in here? I feel dumb moving forward with this few health, but I don't think we're going to get in a fight down here if we can help it. So, we'll just move forward. The Acolyte's crankier than usual. One of her masked friends got lost in the sewers, it seems. I'm going to take some of this pot. Binding copper. Huh? Primal rock. Chiseled portion of rock, slate gray and pocked with gleaming minerals. When set on the ground, it floats a small distance above the earth. That's cool. I'd like to have one of those. Aloth falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering.
Fuck you, Claude. Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's not your voice or accent. Probably not, but that's no reason to be rude. He glances over at Aloth and frowns. Are you unwell? He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing, I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best place to linger anyhow. Wow. Okay.
How may I help?
Do you want to talk at all, Aloth? No, I guess not.
Sure.
That's interesting. Well, we're totally lingering here, pal. Not much you can do about it.
Quiet.
Lingering my ass off. You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway. I'm gonna go in alone. Yeah, we're big brave guys. You open the door and stride in. The woman's eyes narrow behind her mask as she takes notice of your uncovered face. Interloper! Oh. Okay. Well, shit. I'm fucked. I don't want to kill all these people. I want information. I want lots of information. Yeah.
Of course.
Yep. Bye. My uncovered face. I don't think I got a disguise, did I? Maybe I need to pick one up. I don't think we have a disguise.
I shall be discreet.
How may I help?
Sagani? Not you. There you go. Oh, she failed too, huh? Oh well.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm here. It's done.
Following your lead.
hey.
I love taking things. Okay, these guys have shrouds. I need their shit. Sure, rice, cheese, whatever. Take it all. The sound you might hear is my cat scratching the bottom of a box, which I got for her, and she loves it. So, yeah. Initiate. What do you got, Initiate?
Greetings.
A lone figure paces back and forth, tapping his fingers at his sides. Muttering to himself, he jumps when he sees you, his hands on his chest. By the flame, you startled me. He pauses and leans forward. Where's your mask? That's it. I knew I'd left something at home. It's too itchy. I'll put it back on for the meeting. What mask? I knew I left something at home. Well, don't let anyone see you. Let anyone inside see you without it. They're keen on anonymity. Tell me about the meeting. This must be your first time. The Acolyte communicates with each of us individual to hear of our progress on old tasks and to assign new ones. He shivers with a mixture of pleasure and dread. It's a unique process. She's a cipher, so she can speak to you without words. Fascinating until you realize she can probably read your thoughts just as easily. Wow. What do you know about these tests? He laughs nervously. Only what I absolutely need to. We protect the secrets of the gods, so discretion is essential. He waves a hand between the two of you. We receive our instructions from the Acolyte, just as she receives hers from someone else, and so on, right up to the Grand Master. Our role is to obey, knowing a little about the overall plan and each other as possible. As little. I see. You've been entrusted with an important work. It's an honor, but not without its challenges. What are you doing here? He resumes his pacing. I've been practicing the passphrases. I know them backwards and forward, but I get so nervous every time I think about repeating them to the acolytes. You can practice on me. Okay, he ushers in a deep breath and fluttering hands. Here goes. First question. State your name and purpose. Answer. My name belongs to the gods and my hand to their service. Okay, great, awesome. My name belongs to the gods and my hand to their service. Second question. What company do you seek? Answer. I seek the company of shadows, that our labors may remain secret. Third question. Tell me of your labors. Answer. To see the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried. Fourth question. How do we know your purpose? Answer. You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath on my soul. Neat. Certainly I remembered all of that. What bones the gods have buried. It's very dramatic, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Please continue. Thanks, dude. Fifth question. And how is your oath guarded? Answer. It is sealed by the leaden key. He sighs with a nervous chuckle. That wasn't so hard. Try it again. Name belongs to the gods and my hand to their service. I seek the company of shadows, that their labors may remain secret. Third, to see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried. You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath of my soul. Sounds like you got it. I do, I think. Bites his lip. I'm just going to practice a few more times by myself. Can I borrow your hood? Of course not. Oh no! He clutches at the edges. If you threaten to rip it off him, the acolyte will kill me for sure. If I approach her without it, I should kill this guy. Can I just threaten him? That's kind of mean. I don't really want to threaten people. Forget about it. The acolyte is no one to be trifled with. Bye. Okay. So what else do we have here?
Ready, Watcher.
Yeah, you get all sneaky things.
I'm on the trail.
You better be.
Let's see this stubborn bastard. It's done.
Well, I guess I'm not going to just pick one up in here. Unless there's one in this other room, but I didn't see it. First time I was there. The queen that was and still is. Oh boy. Ooh, it's a letter. I like letters. I'm going to read a letter. Dear sisters. What you say? That's funny. Promise. Do you still remember your first deliverance? When you strangled your first wrongdoer? Did you see the moment when life became death? Could you see the instance when your victim realized that Wodika forgets nothing? That Wodika takes back her throne? When Wodika takes back her throne, will you face her with pride, knowing you have held to your own oaths, or will you be amongst the word breakers? Wodika teaches vengeance and memory, and while she is in exile, we must be her eyes and ears that let no injustice slip from the record. We must be clenched fists that silences the lying breath. When Wodika takes back her throne, all of the injustices that have slipped through the cracks of history will be righted. The villains hiding in plain sight amongst the innocent will feel the burned queen's choking grasp. Pray that you live to see the day when you will join our queen in this cleansing of the wicked. Of course it's a cult. But know, my sisters, that we must be ready to see the end of our days when the return of our queen. Without the return of our queen, for she will take back her throne, but it may be our daughters that serve the restored court. We must continue to live as we have always lived, hated by the other faiths, even though we place justice above our own well-being. At least the Empire of Ader still holds our creed in proper esteem. It is a proper sign of respect that, by imperial custom, our clergy must oversee a contract for it to be legally binding. For who else understands the value of remembering one oaths than Wodika's faithful? Okay, so you're notary publics? That's awesome. Awfully full of yourselves, eh? And let us not count our current blessings, for we still enjoy the support of the Paladin Order of the Steel Garat. They too understand that society is built and broken by the oaths and rules of its people. When Wodika takes back her throne, my family will know that I was right to commit my life to the exiled queen. When Wodika takes back her throne, the Strangler will stop being a story told to frighten our daughters, but a hero woven into parables that teach our children justice. When Wodika takes back her throne, she will bring her flawless memory with her. Every transgression, every crime, and every injustice will be revealed. When Wodika takes back her throne, even gods won't be spared their due retribution. That's pretty good lore, because that's basically the... I'm going to keep that. Come on. That's the motive for our cult here. So, good times. The Ethic Null. What is this? It's a group of both fascinating and dangerous, an ancient druidic order. Its beliefs fell well inside with the average person. Magic druids. Okay, I might read that later, but probably not. Probably not. Alright, let's explore some.
Hey.
Don't think I'm going to find a robe, though. I have no pickpocketing ability. I don't even see if that's an option. I don't believe it is.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, I don't really want to rough up this kid. He seems like a nice enough lad. Hey, need your hood, bro. Wish I had the resolve. I'll kill you. Fine, take it. Just to tell the Acolyte you got it from me. Thank you. You can't be serious. I know, dude. It was pretty mean. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. But I kind of want to just move past this, so I took the fucking thing. Do I only need the hood? That's it? Groovy. Okay, now I need to look up the item duplication hack or something. I bet there were other ways to obtain a hood, but just the way it was. I'm sorry, Aloth. That was pretty douchey of me. Didn't want to do it, but it's done.
ye, Claude! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted.
Hey, now this guy's saying it. That's not the best time for that. That's interesting. A different guy chimed in with dialogue. It's nothing, I'm fine. Yeah. Huh, okay. That time Eater chimed in with dialogue. Go alone. Goodbye. No, my face is covered. Oh, wait, it can't be covered. First of all, I didn't even put it on her. I put it on Eater by mistake, so that's my bad. Can she even wear this thing? She can't wear hats. No, she can't wear hats. Because of her godhead thing. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Nope, I can't even wear that. I don't have a solution here because of who I am. Damn it! I don't have to be judged by the color of my skin.
Alright then.
That's not cool. I'm gonna have to take my whole party in. Don the hood and the mask. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, great. Okay. Okay, I didn't see that before. And it says godlike, so I got this extra bit of dialogue that says it fits, but barely. Okay, that's fine. Okay. They covered that. Good. Smart thinking, Oblivion. Good job. Shrouded woman. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. Godlike. The woman turns toward you. She does a double take at your ill-fitting hood. You are late, attendant. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage in her dangerously low voice and in the sudden silence of the others in the chamber.
I've been waiting on your reports.
Mutter
Quickly
indistinctly.
now. State your name and purpose.
My name belongs to the gods and my hand to their service.
What company do you seek?
Seek the company of shadows that our labors may remain secret. Is that an offer?
Tell me of your labors.
Attack, I'd rather show you. To see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have
How do
buried.
we know your purpose?
You shall know it by the confession on my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath on my soul.
And how is your oath guarded?
It is sealed by the leaden key.
Welcome, attendant. Tell me of your exploits.
Great. In your mind, you see a building, magnificent, with trellises and tiles. Located on a pristine boulevard, the wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin.
Does he wait still?
Oh. Yet it also houses misery and sadness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. The acolyte's question echoes in your mind. Does he wait still? Yes.
Did they arrive?
The acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay into a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads Direford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. I don't know if that's confirmed. A signpost on one of the paths reads Direford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. I guess yes.
Your information shall be relayed. Now, for your next task.
The ruins fade from your mind, and in their place is a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the corner a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him.
Stop him. And above all, don't let him meet her.
You see a woman deathly pale with a scar over her heart. The acolyte shows you a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper. But then she shows you the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert. A command into action. The command comes to your mind, a surprising familiarity about it. You know how to open the door. I shall. Her hand rests lightly on your head. Have you any questions, attendant? Who the fuck are you? I am the Acolyte. That is all you need to know. Where the hell am I? I don't know why these aren't cluing her off, but this is what remains of the Temple of Vodica. The Acolyte shows you a grand structure surrounded by the faithful. The fires of revolution destroyed everything above us and left the remains abandoned, perfect for our purposes. Tell me about the man in the tower. Okay. Strange mechanism. It seemed clearly there's something unnatural. Show me the ruins. Show me the prisoner. He does wait. Farewell. Hey, my doggo came in. Who's that dog? Kill them all. Can I talk to any of these people in here? They're just shrouded people. I have lots of quests now. Oh, Christ. Thanks, dog. Huh. Okay, well, let's check them out, right? The man who waits. The Leaden Key Acolyte showed me a vision of an agent in a place of misery and sadness. I need to find this agent, discover his or her plan to see if it holds any clues to finding the man I'm searching for. Find the place of misery and madness. Perhaps the guards will know of it? Huh. Wealthy neighborhood that also housed a misery and madness. Is this all in the bay? The Acolyte showed me a vision of an ancient tower in the derelict district of Defiance Bay. There was a strange man in the tower working on some kind of machine. I also saw a woman with a scar over her heart. I don't know where she is, but I suspect that she holds the key to whatever happened there. The Leaden Key was interested in this tower for a reason. I need to understand what it does if I'm to figure out their plans. Find the tower. Gotta find the tower. Alright, this might be in the shitty part of town that I have to get to anyway. Through Death's Gate, the Acolytes... Yeah, I gotta go to the village. Showed me mysterious ruins somewhere outside of Direford. The Leaden Key has sent operatives to find the site, though their purpose is unknown to me. I don't know exactly where the ruins are, but perhaps someone in Direford Village does. Cool.
Hey.
Alright. I guess we're doing missions for these people now. Not really sure why, but okie dokie. Oh, Eater, you leveled up. Very nice. I can imagine everybody else is pretty close too if he leveled up. Gosh, I don't care about most of these. Wary Defender. Plus 5 all defenses. Let's see. Increases the fighter's awareness while in Defender mode. I don't use Defender mode. Crossbow. Effects plus 6. I'll do that. Bit of weapon proficiency never hurt anybody. Sure. She leveled up too. Great. She's good at lore and all that stuff. I'm not too worried about most of this. Let's do athletics. Sure. What else do we have? Untroubled Faith. The priest's ability to inspire becomes more than just a sum of his or her actions, negating reputations that negatively influence Holy Radiance. Okay. I don't even know how to check my reputations, if there is a way. Bonus first level. Second level spell, though, I do want. Taking that. Taking it now, because it's too useful. I spam that shit all day long. Done. Not even thinking about it. Hi, guard.
Welcome.
Okay, bye. Guess he's the wrong guard. That's a lot of experience for that. Yum, apple juice. No remembrance of how I got here. None whatsoever. I assume I killed enemies,
I
right?
feel I should explain myself.
Yeah, sure.
Yes? About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you.
Cross your arms. Wait. So tell me now. He clasped his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolve the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
A Scottish lady? Infest your soul? He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and
I'm
bloodshot.
sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and
I like her
feeble
already.
faculties.
Mm-hmm.
She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
I love this guy. I suddenly like you, Aloth. Suddenly grimaces. He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Barath spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable hill speak suggest a provincial from very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse is burned down and teeth are on edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. Sounds like you take a few cues. Oh, shit! Cues are vulgarisms. He rolls his eyes. I've had to live with that hayseed for years. There's nothing to be learned from her. Nothing civilized, anyway. Why didn't you say something earlier? Has this guy played Celeste? He doesn't play Celeste.
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience
That is such a
with
Commander
Mirwald,
Shepard
I'm
response
certain
right
you
there.
can see why. You need to be careful.
Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although,
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
You need to learn to deal with your own issues. It's helpful to you. We'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Let's talk about something else. Tell me about Isilmir. Such as, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Isilmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. You said you only learned to hide her a long time ago? My mother instructed me to keep her secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening could render me an outcast. Even though Isilmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Mirwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Can I talk to her now? Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Let's talk more. Or later. That's all. Good times. Find an expert on awakening somewhere in Defiance Bay. An entire institution devoted to the study of illnesses of the soul. This must be, I can't remember the name of that place, but I'm sure we'll find it. This must be the same place that I saw in Acolyte's vision. Ah, great. Maybe able to find someone there who knows something about the awakened souls. It appears that Brackenberry Sanitarium is our best hope of finding for Aloth. Okay.
Hey.
We were there before, so let's go. How the hell did I leave, by the way? There it is. Pretty sure we've already done everything we can here. There is a side quest here. Hold on. Stop everything. Did we actually finish the side quest that we were here for? Oh, you stupid idiots. You suck. Let's see. Yeah, this guy. Okay, I have to do that first, I guess. Fine. I thought I had a reason to go to the catacombs, though. Could have swore. Nope. 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 Nope.
Hey.
I think we explored everything down here, though. So I guess we're done. I already talked to Skinflint. Good there. Wait, hold up. Let me just be sure. Okay, whatever. I'm wondering if and when that's actually going to help me. So I need to go... That's not it. That's not it. None of these are it. Goose and Fox. I need to go here. Okay. Okay, I need to get back into here. Hey, you know, you didn't have to build this fence. It'd be awfully convenient if you didn't have this fence here. But hey, whatever. Can't tell you what to do, how to build your city. It's not up to me always. Alright, we have a couple of reasons to be here right now. Aloth. Oh, this guy kicked us out last time. That's right.
Hello.
Tell me about the house. Okay. Goodbye. You will see me out? Right. This is not where I need to be. I guess this is not the sanitarium. It's been a couple of days. That means I'm an idiot and don't know how to play video games anymore. There it is. Rio, Merry Christmas as well. You know, I heard the Duran Duran song in the grocery store today, and I thought of you today.
I used to
I
fill
wonder
these
if your
boots with
ears are
stinging
burning.
ants.
I didn't say anything out
My
loud.
own brothers and sisters
But yeah,
are
hope you had a
doing
good
very
Christmas
well
too.
for themselves. Back in Takoa.
I didn't get a lot of gifts, but I got
know
whiskey.
that They'd search
So
for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny.
we'll take that.
I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
Who is this?
Hail and well met.
Oh, I did talk to you before. I already knew what this is. Yeah. Okay. Okay, goodbye. But yeah, it was a good Christmas. Unfortunately, I only got the one day off, but I got vacation next week. You got chocolate, so you're happy. Oh, shit, that's good. My good friend of mine did make me some cookies. I do have cookies. So I'm pretty hyped for that. But I do wish I just had some straight up chocolate right now. Sounds good. I bet whiskey and chocolate go well together. Now that I think about it. Oddmer, do you have anything for me?
Hello.
A bald man with crooked nose gestures in demonstration over the still body of a patient before a small gathering. Oh, there is a body there. That's not how you pose a body for frickin' autopsies, bro. He pauses his discussion. Have you come to sit in? What do you do here? Close as we are to the Glenfathan Wilds, we get a number of bivouac maimings every year. Survivors dealing with complications from exposure. This fellow here is a severe case. His essence is a mere whisper of what it was. I am early in my research, only beginning to understand how they work, but in time, I hope to find a way to protect people from the storm's effects. Okay, why did the dialogue end?
Hail, traveler.
Tell me about awakenings. Got nothing on that. Okay.
Welcome.
Why does the dialogue keep ending? I'd like to know more about the sanitarium. It's the mission that attracted me here. The treatment of the disturbed. No one else seems to care about them. Here, they've worked wonders for them. Great. I've seen people cured of insatiable hungers and uncontrollable urges. Oh no, I need to go here. I've seen the crippled walk and the dysphoric smile. I need to look up dysphoric. All within these walls. The thought that the Duke could put an end to it with a single order. It keeps me up. It keeps me up nights. You're the one who likes Yule. Oh, what is a Yule log? Do we have those in America? I know I've heard of Yule logs a bunch, but I don't actually know what a Yule log is. I have no idea what a Yule log is. I think we have them. I have no idea. What is a Yule log? I like most things with the word log in it, though. So yeah. Hey Zeb, how you doing?
Hey.
It's almost time, dude. Christmas times are almost over. It's basically a pure chocolate log. Well, shit, yeah, that sounds good. Who would dislike that? I read this before. Doing good. Like to hear it. Yeah, send me some pics.
Hey.
Oh, that's right. The stone lady was who we talked to. No, the stone guy.
How do you do?
That's right. You're an actual person. The Watcher. What brings you here? I'm looking for an animancer named Modred. Modred, of course. You'll find him downstairs. Oh, yeah. We need to get into his trunk. Right. I forgot about that. Does anyone here know anything about the Awakenings? There's an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Revua to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Belisage. Love the names in this game. You may have a member of the Leaden Key in your midst. He groans and the stone around him shudders. I could have done without hearing that today. Many of their intrusions have been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own, but a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They're a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Leaden Key as well, I take it? I have something I need. I don't know if that's true. They're up to something, and I'm trying to determine what. I don't like what they stand for. Yeah, what are they up to? They're always up to something. Fucking Leaden Keys, though. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You'll report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. Okay, well, you can at least... That's how I should phrase questions. It's like, you will give me $100,000. This is my only request. No.
Hey.
Okay, well, I tried. Okay, so I guess, yeah, okay, great. So we need to talk to Belisage for Aloth. We need to go into Modred's room and steal from his trunk. Too much going on. That's bugging out nicely. Most of these people I see with interesting... Oh, why do I still have this equipped? Oh, we're good, we're good. Oh, it's you. Ew, I hate you. I hate you so much. Alright, I should talk to this guy again. He may have some info on... I'm sure he's got nothing, though, considering who his current patient is. Haven't known me that well or long, but I'm cool. Once I have income, I'll definitely... Oh, thanks, man. That's fine. I'm not sure there's $100,000 tier, but, you know. I'll take the current system as well. Thank you, pal.
Hail travel.
That is a thing, though. There are rich people who just... Here, partnered streamer. Here's another $1,000 for you. It's like, no, me though. I want. This guy is nothing. It's like, but Taylor, you don't deserve it. It's like, but I want though. You do get the sweet emotes. Yeah, that's true. You get Dio Brando shield, and that's pretty much it. That's the only one. Zowardo. Zashildo. Oh, I forgot about the surprise face. Damn. I use it every once in a while, but yeah, I forgot about that. I still remember that day. That was from my fight against Seymour in Final Fantasy X. Such good times. In a corner of Modred's lab rests a large weathered trunk. It seems likely to contain something important, only by virtue of its size. Unlock it. Oh, we got the trunk key? That's right, we did get a key. Thanks, give me that. The trunk holds no grimoires or treasures. Instead, you find yourself staring into the feral gaze and toothy maw of a twisted, monstrous creature. Its humanoid form has been overwhelmed by bony ankles and terrible claws. Oh, shit. Is that my ex? With a start, if I had any exes, if with a start you recognize the vague shape of a young girl beneath the elongated, malformed bones and gray skin. It growls and leaps from the trunk, not toward you, but toward Modred. Modred has no time to scream before his throat is torn out. Ooh, sorry, bro. Okay, she dead. Well, okay. Well, okay. I didn't necessarily mean to do that, but okay. I guess it's done, though. What the fuck did we just do? What did we just do? I don't remember which quest this was. I don't know what he was doing with a weird zombie chick in a trunk. This is some straight up Pulp Fiction shit. Return to healing in the catacombs. I didn't slew him. I did not slew him at all. Fuck that. I didn't fucking slew him at all, man. I got 4 coins though. That's good. Fuck it. I'm just gonna move on with this one. That's fine. I'm kind of interested to see where this goes because opening the trunk with the scary zombie chick was kind of interesting. I don't think we're gonna get the good ending for this quest, but I don't care. I'm interested, so fuck it. We have more people we need to talk to. Hopefully Healy doesn't want to kill me or anything. There you are. Hello. Something else? I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. She laughs bitterly. That would be me. Though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I like it. Monster Hunter does have an online game, but they're slowly acting more and more like they'll replace it with World. Oh, okay. There's another game. I would like to transfer Animancy's success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened. But I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too... We have 2 volunteers, actually. Patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. You're in luck. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Galard, who is it? Well, that must be some god stuff. Aloth lips curl in her frown. I don't know about this. She grins more broadly still. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. Oh, great. We're going to lose Aloth. Aloth is definitely going to die. Or he's going to get permanently replaced by the Scottish chick inhabiting his body. Which would be fucking awesome. I'd be stoked for that. Beg your pardon? I jest. You Adrians are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant for the office, I think. Now, they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So I need you to sit here. She takes Aloth by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. 3 out of 5 and released in 2013. Yeah, I would say World probably has replaced it at one point. Next year, 2019, that's 6 years. Hi, Kitty. Indeed, his eyes are humorless. They are humorless. They portraited the shit out of him. And you must also wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The Animancer fastens thick copper bands to Aloth's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now... Thanks, Mac. Okay, thanks for clicking through dialogue, Dick. Now I'll examine your soul through my scope. She reaches her desk and produces a long chambered tube. Giggity. Knobs, giggity, dials, and small-toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with agile lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. This all adds up. This is good science. How exciting, says Kana. I've never seen this sort of thing performed. Kana peers at the device with interest. It seems suitably complicated. Cute Kitty's replacing me. She's the only reason to even tune into the stream. That's pretty much it. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Isilmir more? I like that lady. Yeah, Eater! She raises a finger. But first we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Sagani pats his arm. Don't worry, I'm sure we won't hear any of it. Oh my god, I love this party. They're all friends. I want a slice of life anime with these guys, too. Absolutely. Aloth squirms on the couch. Very well. She holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in Sithwood. He looks to you. His face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of his apprehension show through nevertheless. Talk about your parents. As you speak to Aloth, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Belisage doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. Whoa. He closes his eyes. Mother is away most of the time. Oh no, you are the type to say mother, aren't you? With the Thanes family, but I always know when she is coming home. Father's battles accumulate like storm clouds on the horizon. His fits of temper become swifter and more violent. It still shames him, knowing that her hemnig to another man supports us better than his labors as a steward. Her hemnig? Huh. This is good. I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. Hemnig? Does that mean she's a sugar baby? She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I am in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, he is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles. I'm sorry. That's funny. If I ever get ED, I'm fucking walking into that doctor's office, limp dick in hand. Doctor, I'm having trouble casting missile. Help me. That my flame shields are unstable. Doctor, my flame shields are unstable. He's furious that I failed. And Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. Aloth, the first blow takes me by surprise. Giggity, it always does. One moment I am sweeping the kitchen. The next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach and I curl up to shield my vitals, but it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Right? You gotta keep it light when you're talking about that kind of thing with your doctor. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing. I shouldn't make light of this guy's abuse, by the way. It's a very sad story. Trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against a field of black. His jaw locks and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Maricho! Belisage furiously cranks the knobs across her scope. He's hypnotized himself with this old memory. You've got to bring him out of it. Quickly, I almost have it. Squeeze his hand. You're safe. Everything's fine. Slap him. Aloth, you've got to wake up. Slap Aloth. I don't slap Aloth. I kind of do, but I'll just squeeze his hand. You're safe. His eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. He's near safe when I hap upon him. Oh boy. Belisage sucks a deep breath through her teeth. That's it. I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something spreading and congealing. She glances at you over her scope. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Oh god, can I do Scottish? I don't think I can. Creaking bones and voices high in ire. That warm oh god, what the fuck am I going for here? That warm, it's hard to read in an accent though. It's not always easy. That warm molasses feeling that crips down your gut when a crisis is nigh. Hold on, I should do a Shrek impression. Donkey! Okay, now I have it. Belfetto! I love her ejaculations. They're pretty good. We have flares of a totally distinct essence. She jots shorthand notes onto the pages next to her and turns one clicking knob over her scope. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Isilmir, tell Aloth why you've awakened. Fie, he's the one who needed me, hiding in his own bone bag like a turtle in a shell. Oh, she wanted to help him! His face twists in fury. I never turned it over to you. Good, yes, very good. She rests from her scribbling only to make another adjustment to her scope. I can now see two separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the spaces that he leaves empty. She prompts you with a circling of her wrists, quill still in hand. Go on. Aloth, what's this about ceding space to Isilmir? He grits his teeth painfully. I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. Aye, and I lend him a pair, too. You should ask what I did that old man of his. How the last time he laid a hand on us, I broke it in 3 pieces. Nice. His head jerks to the side. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Now I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with ye, and damned if I let your ninnying drag us both through the scupper. Very good. She lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Isilmir's essence through the exchange. She has a particularly high-density index during the most heated portions of their argument, and her essence seemed to localize more clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. That's right around the spleen, which of course means that she is triggered by black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Wow. So you're you're an emo bitch, so that's why you're fucking haunted? Oh wow, that sucks. Sorry for that, sir. That's utter horseshit. Aloth blinks back at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horseshit. Hi, Marvelous Chestar. How are you? Who killed my friends? Who killed my friends? That didn't happen. How are you? That's utter horseshit. Sagani's eyes are wide and innocent. It does not seem as though she got one thing right. It does seem as though she got one thing right. She glares at him. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation? Oh, maybe I do. Isilmir manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. You're close. I think Isilmir's appearances are related to potential sources of trouble for Aloth. Aloth's right. That's absurd. Isilmir obviously shows up when he's feeling threatened. If you're right, then removing Aloth's spleen should cure him. Nice. I think Isilmir's appearances are related to potential sources of trouble. Right. She carefully scratches her jaw, her gaze darting between you and Aloth. I suppose that could be true. She jots another note. I'll have to check this against other research. You don't have any other research, you said. He removes the bands. Well and good for you, but what does this mean for me? She frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. So, she's waiting for me to respond. Isilmir tries to take control from you when she thinks you can't face a problem on your own. You can't let her make these decisions for you. She did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help you stand up for yourself. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. It seems that Isilmir steps in when she determines that you're in danger. It's not clear yet whether this is an help or hindrance. I'm going to say hear her out, only because I like her more than him. He is kind of a wet blanket. If you had to listen to her half as much as I do, you wouldn't say that. He scowls, but you notice something thoughtful in his frown. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for the help, Star Platinum. He does not look at Belisage. That's right, didn't help her at all. She sets her notes on her desk and returns to her scope. Well, I hope this has been useful to you, as it has been to me. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toaster reviewer of Fenter Aloth. Nice. Continue. His grimace melts into a crooked smile. Aye, advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. That's just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting moment out of the corner of your eye. Belisage is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger to his lips, eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this. I was about to say something. Whatever the case, I'm surprised I'm not in your group. I'm a real team player. What is happening? What is happening? Is there a stand I haven't seen yet? That might be true. I'm only partway through JoJo. I don't know if we're doing JoJo things, Chestar. I don't know what we're doing. No, I'm lost. Leave me out of this. Fair enough, but do it quietly. Can't let you do that, not after hearing how much this means to her. That's true. It does mean a lot to her, Aloth. I know you're very passionate about this, bro, but I kind of like this one. I know Aloth's not going to like this, but I don't care that much because I'm more interested in Isilmir and all that stuff. I don't really like any of these answers. Not that one. Not that one. I really want her to have her notes on him published. Zeb's confusion. You are marvelous, Chester. You certainly are. You certainly are. That I got. I did get that. Yes. Okay, it's 1 or 4. I don't know. I'm going to say 4. He slides the papers back into the desk, giving you a rueful look. I'm not going to help you explain this one, Scholar Boy. Yeah. Okay. So now everybody else should be leveled up, and they are. That's good. I don't understand why I would need... whatever. Sure. I love the name of your invocations. They're so awesome. They're so cool. This is the coolest thing ever. Shatter their shackles, cast off their chains. That's cool. Decreases duration of and defends against hobbled, stuck, paralyzed, and petrified effects for allies in the area of effect. Okay. Hobbled, stuck, paralyzed. I'm going to go with that. Oh, we have a new talent. Improves the Chanter's connection to the soul fragments they employ, increasing Ancient Memory's healing capability. Alright. I don't really ever get many of these. Pockets? Nah. You also have crossbow. I'm interested in these proficiencies. I'd really like to do some of these. Because that's pretty good. +6? That will help a lot. But I'm going to go with this. He looks like a Fallout man. He looks like Fallout 3 man. Do you even need lore? What the fuck do I have you for? Whatever, lore. Survival, sure. I'll take the second level spell for you as well. And we will finish up. Not even thinking about this stuff. Okay, level 3 spells. What do we have here? Again, I'd like something that doesn't hurt my party. Caster's hand becomes a toxic parasite. Neat. Causing corrosive damage to the target, weakening it, and converting its life force to the caster as endurance. I don't like touch attacks. I like him being ranged. As soon as I got to get him into actually do one of those moves, I'm kind of boned. Creates a ball of energy in the caster's hand that can be thrown at an enemy, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock to anyone caught in the area of effect. Okay, it's anyone again. That's really a pain in the ass. I like the ones that are just enemies. Creates a nullifying field of antagonistic magical energy around the chosen point, suppressing all beneficial effects on enemies in the area. I'm going with that. I may need to debuff some people at some point. Okay, talent. Conjures a protective shield of magic, dramatically boosting the wizard's deflection. Concentrates the power of blasts, negating some of the target's damage reduction. Sure. More damage. That's what I heard. Oh, I can't even talk to her anymore. Never thought I'd be taking orders from a talking statue. That's what's going on. Don't worry, dude. I know the feeling. If here's a client, you'll want to be talking to the Animancer, not me. Oh, I've never been in this room. Oh, look at you, little fella.
Well met, friend.
Hi. A young Orlan woman traces her fingers along the spines of the books in front of her. Row by row, her motions quick and skittish, like a bird's. She does not notice you until you are nearly upon her. You startled me. Are you supposed to be in here? What do you do here? I mostly help Master Azo set up and clean his equipment. I also keep his office organized since he's too busy to do it himself. Are you the Animancer who's been buying relics from Immatel? I'm not an Animancer, no, but I do know that most of those relics are stolen from ruins in Erglanfath. Selling them is illegal. I need an expert on awakenings. We're fine there. Yeah, we already talked there. I'm investigating any suspicious activity in the sanitarium. I'm just Master Azo's assistant. He'd know more about that, but he's in the middle of busy with some patients. You won't be able to see him until he comes out of the patient's ward. Is Azo busy with patient, or is he running some sort of experiment? I'm an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. Sorry. Hey, we got experience, whatever. Only Master Azo has access. I guess Head Warden Ethelmere does too, but he's, a statue. Great.
Hey.
Alright, we gotta go talk to the statue. We'll do that.
Nice and quiet.
So,
Good day to you.
have you learned anything of interest? Maybe. It's Caedmon Azo running experiments on the patients here. Experiments? Azo is in charge of patient welfare now. He's not authorized to run any more experiments. I'm disappointed in him. I'd hoped he would be one to guide your inquiry. He'll be in his office or in the patient wards. I'm granting you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you'll wish to speak to him further on this matter. And I, for one, am curious as to what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would ask also that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have enough troubles as is. I may have to kill a bunch of patients. You know. Faster. Oops. Faster. That's better. I do like when they run fast. Flesh construct? Neat. Hi, Freyal. Freyal, a curved spine twists this woman's posture forward, her greasy hair draped over her large eyes like vines. She smiles at you. You must be visiting someone. Then, noting your appearance, she adds, a friendly visit, I hope? Why are you in here? First thing I say. I don't want to say. You'll think less of me. I wouldn't worry about that. When you blush, it brings out the color of your eyes. Her blush deepens, and she ducks her head forward to bury her face deeper beneath her hair. Oh, that was cute. We've complimented the bent spine lady. Oh. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints' War. My daughter, the legacy took her before she was ever mine. I made do. What else can you do? I moved into a tiny place in Andra's gift, got by mending clothes and on the kindness of strangers when I had to. But I was surviving and the gods were watching over me. I could live with that. Then one day this noble woman comes in, wants this fancy gown fixed, gorgeous thing. The shade of blue I'd never seen before. Only I had. I looked at it and it reminded me of something. I had what they call an awakening. I remembered being a noble woman myself in another life, people doting over me, men doting over me, me. The best food, the most beautiful home, all the things you'd never dare to dream of, they were mine. It was poison, knowing that. All those things I had that I'll never have in this life. It did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. It was that or break into an estate and start ordering servants around. That's funny. It seems like such a silly thing to worry about. You don't have to tell me, but I can't get past it. I start to wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what terrible thing must I have done to deserve this? Maybe you'll get there again one day. If not in this life, then in another. Maybe the gods took offense to your overindulgence. Nobody deserves to go through what you're going through. Yeah, you had it right before. There's nothing to do but live with it. I don't really know how to give advice to people suffering with mental illness, because I suck. So I don't really know what to say. I don't know. Yeah, maybe in another. I don't know what's going to comfort her. Probably 4. No, yeah, I mean, that would probably comfort her the most. But it's kind of impractical. And she didn't really talk about... Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's go 4. I hope not. I can't even... I'm probably overthinking it. She's a useless NPC. We'll never talk to her again, but whatever. I hope not. I can't imagine the monster who deserves what half the patients here go through every day. Good answer. Do you know where I might find Azo? Yeah, where's Azo? I think I've seen him around today. Have you checked the lab? It shares a wall with his office. He's been spending most of his time there lately. It shares a wall with his office. Translation. There's definitely a secret passage between those two rooms. What do you know about Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many animancers could care less about their patients. Look at us like vermin for their experiments, but Master Azo treats us like humans, even the very sick. You can tell he does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened to him? Her eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just above a whisper. They don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He was said to be one of the brightest in Direwood. That was his reputation here. And that was what brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy, but that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman, he loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't one to speak of his work, suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it. But he told me once that he had, he told me once that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Oh shit, this is straight fucking FMA over here. Which I also haven't finished. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it? A proxy, I think he called it? Had some machine that drew energy out of the very ether. Can you imagine? The point is, it was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in Andra's gift? Oh, tell me. They call them buoys because so many of them are found floating face down in the water? Oh my god, that's the darkest shit I ever heard. Wow. It is an interesting story. Yes, it is. Yep, very interesting stuff going on. These are mad times. Anyway, Master Azo had scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copper Lane. He was so excited. And then the next day, he was locked in his office, turning away visitors, I heard, and he stopped seeing patients. I don't know what exactly happened. I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Have any of the patients been acting unusually? Well, there's Batixa, who relives a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Idleman, who they say only has half a soul and who was found collecting the faces of others because he believed his own to be a false one. Graham, he speaks in a language no one understands and wails at night sometimes. Different from their normal behavior, I mean. Well, yeah, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Azo let us know that a number of patients in the North Ward had volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his lab to receive treatment. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. Oh boy. It's Graham I see them talking to the most. He struggles, but he always was a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit there? They like to keep them separate. I don't know if I've ever seen guards allow a visitor, just Master Azo. You might ask him. He's very sympathetic. Good info. Thank you so much. First person I saw when I got here. You're not on your watch now. Construct turns its head towards you and watches warily. Look at this thing. That's like a half-formed titan. Should I steal from these people? Master Azo said he'd make me better soon. I hope so. Been hearing screams in the night? That sucks. The children they keep down here, pure evil in their eyes. They said I can't leave yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Sure, I'll take some chicken. Crooked chalk tally marks cover the surface of the table. Oh, they're playing games. Games are fun. Okay, so I can go through that way or this way. Let's go this way. Hi, flesh construct. So this is what I'd have to deal with if I just broke in here like a crazy person. You guys sure do leave a lot of crates around this sanitarium. No, I don't want to steal often, if I can help it. I don't know why stealing this money here would be stealing, but this was fine, but okay.
Light, flame, and sound.
If you insist. These are freaking scary, dude. Wonder how tough they would actually be in a fight. We may find out eventually. That's the North Ward, so I can't get in there yet. You don't like this place? I'm sorry, man. I'm sure the sanitarium is a nice place, though. I have to say, I would surely hate to live in a bedroom that had cobblestones. Gosh, that would suck.
Hello.
Let's see this
I
stubborn.
have no ability to open that. Fascinating. Well, there's Azo. Okay.
Let's see this stubborn bastard.
I do have a lot of lockpicks. Hold on. Let's just save, because I think taking whatever's in here would be stealing anyway.
It's done.
What do we got? Oh, that is... Ooh, that's some special armor. It's unique light armor. 50% stun duration, 50% knockdown duration, plus 50 defense while stun, defense while prone. That's really fucking good. Blade Golan, Wolfheart, is said to have been blessed by the Lord of the Hunt himself. A human hunter showing skill with a bow and arrow beyond any before seen caught Galawain's attention one day. Galawain proposed a bargain. If the hunter could best him in a hunting contest, Galawain would present her with armor that would bestow upon her the powers of a wolf. For a week, both hunters tracked their respective quarry through the woods, and when the contest was ended, the hunter had felled the most game. True to his word, Galawain presented her with a wolf heart, and which gave her the crafty and evasive nature of its namesake. That is awesome stuff. We'll give that to you, because you literally have a wolf. So, methinks that makes the most sense. Hi, Woban. Oh, look at that emote, wolf emote. Nice. Perfect timing. Awesome. Okay, now you look cool. Your sexy midriff is now out. That's awesome. Great, good for us. Do I have an actual helmet for you? I don't think I do. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's talk to Azo. A round-faced, balding man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upward slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls. Wow, could you look more like Wormtongue? I think so. Yeah, the midriff. You know, if honestly, if I see an enemy with a big exposed midriff, I'm not attacking it because that's exactly what they expect. Yeah, that's an invitation to get killed if you attack their weak point. Definitely bit of sabotage there.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, he's got a voice. Ethelmere told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. I heard you were demoted. How did it... I love that. Hi, I'm not even going to say my own name. Why were you demoted, loser? How did it happen? His nostrils flare and he bares his upper teeth more broadly. That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Odmer? That smug weasel? You're calling him a weasel? Things went wrong. Everything... I don't know. I'll never know. He spits on the floor as if to remove a bitter taste from his mouth. Are you the Animancer who's been buying relics from Imatal? Are you trying to discredit me? Go dig elsewhere.
What is it now?
Okay. I like how some things just end a dialogue, but you can still talk to him. I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. Yeah, okay. Ethelmere told me you were not supposed to be doing experiments. Yes, well, Ethelmere hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved to an inanimate object, so I failed to see why I should let that sway me. Well, here's your boss. 5 hours too late. If Animancers... It's gone. If Animancers all followed the commands of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be as backward and willfully ignorant as Red Saris. We would know nothing. I like this guy. He's like... he sends emails like everyone who I have to email at work. I was very clear about the thing I didn't tell you about, for instance. We would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. I never thought I'd find myself in agreement with a statue, but Ethelmere is right about this fellow, at least. He sneers at Azo. How easily ambition masquerades as prudence. I'll bet he's fooled even himself. It kind of sounds that way. It does sound like he's pumping himself up a bit. I wanted to believe the patient before just because she was so likable. And I wanted to, believe her interpretation of the guy because she thought he was a good dude, but I don't know. It's hard to trust a guy when they say that he literally looks like fucking Wormtail. Let's see. You toy with things beyond our comprehension. It's dangerous and foolish. It seems to me we're still in the dark. Surely there are other paths that don't involve risking lives. You're sure about that? You're right about that much. There are certain questions that have to be asked. I'm just asking questions here. I have no interest in arguing about this. Yeah, tell me about other paths.
Indeed.
That's nice and
Many
neutral.
lives have been spent in such pursuits, writing treatises and poems. But tell me this, how does one verify the truth of a poem? If some philosopher stumbled across the meaning of our existence, how would we know it from a false one? These are wasted lives. In Animancy there is progress. We are measurably closer to complete understanding because of our work, and that will be true until our work is complete. Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an Animancer,
I
or
bet
it
it's
will
me.
be no one
Yeah,
at all.
I bet I do it. Have you tried your experiments on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it now that Ethelmere is involved. I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifices would mean something. Fucking A, dude. So you're just straight up admitting to killing people and I can't follow up with that? I'm the worst reporter ever. I'd like to access the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. I hate when I can't do something. I've been given permission to conduct my investigation down here. You best cooperate.
My
Fuck yeah.
answer is no. Whatever you're looking for, those patients will not be able to help.
So you can coerce them into experiments? Frail told me everything.
She's a patient.
Oh no, I just outed
The
her.
innocent woman knows nothing of the nature of my experiments.
Oh no, I outed that patient. He's gonna kill her ass. He balls up his fist and I love this description. I always think of the meme from Arthur whenever I see this. And this happened a couple of times in this game. He digs his teeth into his index finger. Oh, he did one of these. One of those. Which people stopped doing in like 1960. But I think it's a good expression. A growl simmering beneath his breath and a deep scowl compressing his face.
Fine. Speak to them for all
Right?
the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Oh great, he gave me permission in anger. I hope he goes to the guard like, you better let those idiot bastards into this North Ward, because I'm pissed. He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. God, I love exposing my own crimes. This guy's an idiot. You should have just stayed no, dude. You should have stayed a firm no. Hi, Freyal. You might want to leave.
Well met, friend.
I'm good. I hope you're not in danger because of the things I said. I would be quite sad if I did that to you. Hey. No visitors. I'm good. Don't worry about it. We're just 6 people and a dog and a wolf. No, I'm sorry, a dog and a fox. Don't worry about it. Is this my face? Tell me. Oh, man. Oh, you're that guy. I don't look like this. Whose face is this? Oh, jeez. Can't go in that one. Thundering sky, rain of blood, innocence must drown. I like that. Yeah, I get that. That's a good way to be. The flame... Oh, where are you gonna... The flames must be fed. Watch too much. Silence. Too much. Ah, it's Graham. She said they were talking to him the most. This man has the look in his eyes of a hunted animal. And at your approach, he staggers backward to the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the walls if it would get him farther away from you. Cries out. A bizarre primal utterance like nothing you've ever heard. You can't hide from me, Lead and Keys spy. Okay, that's a bit on the nose. I need to ask you some questions. He looks at you blankly. It is unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic has momentarily subsided. He opens his mouth to speak, but the words that come out are half-formed, as though his tongue were cut out. They are impossible for you to discern, if indeed they are words at all. Kana winces. I don't think he can speak anymore. Not in words, at least. This is monstrous. Man, that's annoying. There are things I need to know from you. I'm going to learn them, whether you know how you can speak. Ouch. Frail said you were being treated by Azo. He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell. These are really well written. I can actually see these things happening in my head. It's easy to imagine the things that they tell me. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell, and as he does so, For the first time, you can perceive his soul within your ken. It is misshapen, as though maimed by some jagged instrument. Large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into his soul. Let's look. You project out toward the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it, its confusion and fear becoming yours as it whisks you into its depths. You're in your cell. A key turns. The door creaks open on neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a rotund, balding man. His upper teeth and pointed nose remind you of a rat. He beckons, unapologetic. You don't want to go. Anything else? In your mind is a single word, and the word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall, cornered. You cry out. In darkness, you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. The man walks into the room, carrying a lit candle, its meager flame casting long shadows across books and machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns a knob and you feel yourself begin to crack from within. You can feel pieces of you torn away, like having your insides chewed by a horde of rats. You are screaming a scream you can barely hear. Continue. Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. You look through a slit in your door, the flesh giant, the artificial being just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the hall. The boy is there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed snakeskin. The giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away, and leaves. The boy. Decouple. He looks at you, still wild-eyed but somehow more present. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell. Wow. The leaden key acolyte showed me a vision of an agent speak to the patient. A look into the soul of a half-crazed patient named Graham revealed strange behavior by a boy at the far end of the North Ward. Oh boy.
These poor people. This isn't the treatment that they were promised upstairs by the cushioned seats and lush carpets.
Right.
Is that the cure for soul sickness? To be thrown into a cell and subjected to the whims of your captor?
They made great advances here. I'm sure they know what they're doing. That's the most white lady thing I've ever read in my life. These animancers are as bad as their patients. These are lunatics and wastrels. At least they serve some purpose. Wow. Maybe it is. How would you know? I doubt the wealthier citizens have the same experience. Ooh, this is me relating to him on a financial level. Yeah. I'm sure they have their share of family members they'd rather forget, I guess. Oh, fuck, I hate that. But if all were treated like this, the sanitarium would never survive. What did these patients do to warrant such conditions? Here's the source of all that knowledge you were so giddy about. There are just as many who come here that are cured of their ills, people who would otherwise be cast aside. Oh, Kana. That's kind of mean to Kana, but it's kind of blunt to the point and kind of reflects his negative feelings about this whole situation. Grimaces. It is one thing to be told as much, another to see it yourself. Let's be on our way. This place gnaws at the soul. That reminds me. First of all, what is going on here? We have a new quest. 15 experience. Wyrwood Wing expires in a day. 20 years ago, Woodsman Longholm had a gift bearer of Andra bury the painful memory of his dead wife somewhere in the dense forest known as Blackbeard. Since his death, his daughter has been searching for information about her mother. Her father left no clues, and the gift bearer has been seen twice by locals at the last decade. Okay, back to work. Glad we made her so she can do these missions for us. Yeah. Completed, finished soon. Sure. Okay, I saw 2 notifications, but I only saw one thing to do. Hey kiddo. A scrim. A willowy adolescent boy, first of all, this is a jacked man, that's an adult fellow, stands in the center of a cell, gawkish and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead, and the occasional blink his only movement, and it is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. like a shark. In this state, the barriers between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you should wish it. Oh, this is a big trap. This kid's gonna fuck me up. Reach out for his soul. I know, he's fucking jacked. Look at him. He's cut. He's like a John Cena over here. You close your eyes and edge forward toward the boy's soul, and as you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath, as you did on the caravan journey. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to retract, and already you feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. Gosh. You're standing in a cell now, the same cell, in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty. You are waiting. The far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath a stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stops every time, the misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is gone, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you, collapsing to the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. Oh no. Oh my god. If you are rushing toward the golem now. You are rushing toward the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself, quickly. And you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within it, encircling it, suppressing it. Contained in this new vessel, you are strong again. You step heavy-footed down corridors unheeded by the other constructs and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad. Coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers and the perverse implementations of animancy. You set your oversized hands upon a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and go to work, bending wires and unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them. They dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. What the fuck? A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine. The one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl. But this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike the others. This one has no soul of its own. Wow! I am having a hard time tracking what's going on here, but it's amazing. The man, because it looks like we're looking at the show that Azo put on that got him fired. But we're kind of jumping around souls here. I don't know if it's the soul maybe that he picked up during this process and put into this kid. I don't know where this little girl came from, but whatever. The man speaks and the crowd applauds with an enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. Bear witness, he says, and he pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow. But the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as a crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve and the globe crawls through a tube along a length of copper wiring that runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. Excuse me. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and settings and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn, but you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back up at the crowd. Behold, he says, but there is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly you take a plodding step forward, then another, and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks at a volume meant for the crowd. This is the moment. At the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down onto the surface of the machine, again and again, drawing panicked screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function, merely twitches on the ground. Satisfied, you depart the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Are we Omicron the Nomad Soul? Are you Omicron the Nomad Soul? You jumped into a flesh golem, a soul, whatever plant you're talking about has done some weird shit. Yeah, it's weird. It sounds like maybe the soul that we are in is currently in this kid. It went from the flesh golem to this little girl. Maybe now to this kid? Is everyone Omicron the Nomad Soul? Potentially. We're all just waiting to be Omicron the Nomad Soul. Yeah, for sure. We gotta ask David Bowie about this. With all your strength, you... Yeah, okay. Yep. You depart the corpse and search. Who would put their faith in Animancy now? Okay, so he's trying to deliver some fake news and reduce faith in Animancy? I'm Omicron and so is my wife. we watch each other selves during. You are pulled again from your surroundings. Why do I go there? Why is my mind like that? You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders and lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Adra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to a reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There is no mistaking now that it is the soul of the man who caused your awakening that gazes out from that borrowed husk. A watcher. So this is the boy now. This last sentence provided some clarity. It's the man that was conducting the ritual that we were kind of present for. You made me into a watcher. I need you to undo it. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. Not just a watcher. Someone who will break those frail little legs of yours if you don't do exactly what I tell you. I don't think that's going to work. This sounds like this could be our big bad guy right here. This could be our villain. Mac likes the stories, yeah. She likes when I talk. She thinks I'm talking to her, but I'm not. Never talk to her. I wouldn't do that. Hopefully they believe me. You made me a watcher. I need you to... let's go with this one. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for answers. Because I really don't know who this guy is. I'm sure he's evil, because it's video games, but we'll see. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant. And it seems, for that moment, that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look. You hunger for answers that elude you. I just told you I need answers. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backward with startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On the face there is no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly he slumps forward. Oh! Oh, word! Oh, no! What the fuck is happening? Is he escaping? Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Yo, this is cool. I like this. This is fucking awesome. Okay. An hour and 40 minutes into the stream, we have our first fight, by the way. Our actual fight. Liar. Yeah, I talk to Mac all the time. It's true. And yes, I do baby talk at my cat. It's true. She loves it. Yep. Okay, so we gotta fight Graham. I don't want to fight Graham. I like Graham. Oh, word, yeah. Let go of your body. I shit my pants. Okay, so... let's do this. I would like to set up two... No. I'd like to set up two kind of fields of battle here. Do you have weapons? Don't tell me you have fucking weapons. You should. The prisoner should be fighting me with their fists. Right? Okay, so you go here. I'll set you up here. Okay. I now have an extra one of these, which I'm just gonna fucking spam at you guys like crazy. So that's how we do it. Boy, do your thing. Okay. How are my boys with their health? The flesh construct is injured. After all that, nice. Health is good, although I didn't heal before all this. Let's get you back in here for more of this action. Looks like some of these patients are coming after me. Which I don't like. A ton. I think I just killed a couple of guys. I killed a couple of flesh constructs. Always good times. Let's see. I'm only spamming these now because we're like in a town. I can just go take a nap at an inn anytime I like, so who cares? What else do we have here? Fireballs are cool. Never gonna use that though. I don't care. Just do that on you, I guess. What the fuck is that thing? Why are you a big, Jabberwocky? What's going on here? I have whatever. You've taken some hurts. Sorry. Okay. There you go. It looks very kill with fire. Hey, we like our furry friends here. This is, however, the worst fur con of all time.
All right, then.
Right of Walking Shadows. Nice. Bucket reeks of awful. What is awful? Is it poop? Chains grown with added weight. Crescent bite marks pit the edges of the car. You'd be a furry, but I can't choose a persona. Yeah, I'd be like the guy at the FurCon in like a turtle outfit. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of turtle representation at the FurCons. It's all waste? Okay. Good info. Wait, who's fighting you? Oh, it's you. Am I have to kill everyone here? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah?
Hey.
Guys, can you help each other out maybe a little here?
You're not getting through me.
Oh, these are vessels. Oh, I can fuck them up with my my Holy Radiance. Good stuff. Yeah, that hurts him. Getting flanked. It's okay. It's fine. I had to get out of this doorway because my other ranged guys weren't able to attack.
Hey. You're not getting...
Sweet, man.
Following your lead.
Oh, you don't have any heals left? Oh, that sucks.
Hey.
There's a weird creature in the room over there? I did not see.
All right, then.
It looks like the thing in the chest? Huh. I don't see. Did they kill all the patients? Oh no! Oh, there it is. Okay. It is another Wict. Where the fuck did they come from? Oops.
Hey.
Nice. Kills him dead. Yeah. The Holy Radiance just straight up kills him dead. The little wicks. I mean, they're wusses anyway. But... Okay, so there's an enemy. That's the guard, right? Okay, so he is killing everybody. I was worried that, like, people here were going to think I'm an asshole for this, but nope. All the golems went crazy. It's my fault. So basically, necromancers, it seems that way, considering they're putting souls into people and reanimating them, for sure.
Alright then.
I didn't see that I had any kind of ability to get necromancer powers, but I guess it's fine. I don't have a good reason to clean out this area, but I might as well. Hey, little fellas. I know. Oh no, I would hate to steal. Gosh, I hope nobody judges me for that. I was not in here before. Interesting.
I'm on the trail. Are all the people in here dead as well? I hope not. This guy's most certainly dead. Yeah, because I really, really like the chick that helped Aloth. She was great. She was really cool. You're alive. Why? Hi? What have you done? Excuse me? What the fuck did you just say to me? You've been experimenting on patients against their wills, mangling their souls. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. His face drains of color there is. How could you possibly... Look, it had to be done. Ethelmare and the others, they took everything from me. Everything when I was this close. I had to know. Had to know where I failed and why. Imagine... sorry. Imagine the value if I'd succeeded. I had something that could make all those hollow infants into something like a real person. And with a few more patrons and a few years' research, who knows? No one has come that close with a legacy. It's why I have to continue. Why I have to risk everything here working in secret. It's why you have to lie to Ethelmare for me. Tell him you've cleared me of all suspicion. Oh boy. This is our Knights of the Old Republic. I'll be a dickhead choice. I'm going to expose you for what you are. We'll see. No, I'm going to expose you, bro.
I can't let you get in my way either.
Oh, you're going to fight me now? Okay, we'll fight. Did you just do sparkles on me? Did you see that? He just jubileed me. I can't believe this fucking guy jubileed me. Oh, you're confused. Oh, that's too bad. Well, you're almost dead anyway. Doesn't matter. Oh. Okay. Do it, kill him. Oh yeah, he's dead. He's a big dead guy now. And yay, we got some milk for our trouble. Awesome. Azo's Research Journal. I'm close to a breakthrough. I found an ample source of essence now, and the vessels have responded positively to infusion with a proxy. Human trials are the next logical course. Guy. Northward patient record gram. Subject is a male, approximately early 30s, powers of speech absent. Hey, this guy's just like me. Presumably as a result of the overfragmentation of his soul. As such, he is the ideal subject for present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic, and I had to enlist the aid of the guards in transporting him for more recent procedures. Oh boy. Yeah, both quest items, of course.
Hey.
I've got this.
You have a key to your own crate, idiot?
All right,
good job. But yeah, I'd be really sad if these people were dead. Please be alive. Please be alive. Yo, she's alive. Awesome. I trust Finn. Aloth and his companion are well. No. Who's this? Who the hell are you? I have no idea who that was. Was that a guard? Maybe he was a prisoner. Trying to make trouble for the Animancers. Look, don't go downstairs. That's all I have to say. Ethelmare, what the blazes happened down there? You were given a permission to ask questions. I had things under control until I killed the leaden spy. Look, it was going great until I killed that person, okay? At which point he possessed a flesh construct. A patient of yours, Usgrim, was working for the Leaden Key, only without knowing it. Asa was being influenced by a patient, but that patient really wasn't himself at the time. Okay. I'm going to go with 3. Asa was being influenced by a patient? I'm not sure if that's true. One reviewer for this game gave everyone the summon bear spell and tried to just use bears as the party. You know, Woban, I forget what I was Googling about this game, but it was, you know, to do with Pillars of Eternity, obviously. And one of the links was something about, like, the game is about making friends with bears or something, and it might have just been a link to that. But, that sounds like fun, though. That sounds pretty funny. I was trying to use the bears as the party. That is really funny. Actually, I hope there's a video of that. I'll look that up. I'm going to go with number 3. You finish your explanation and Ethelmare breaks his silence. I have read accounts of people in history who could do what you described. The accounts are few and brief and never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person was here among us, plotting our ruin, would that I had a body again and could be of some real use in our time of need. I fear that the future may hold for this place. What the future may hold. He wasn't successful. Well, you gotta try. Gotta make the attempt. I think the most impressive thing I've ever seen is the guy who used voice commands to play Dark Souls 1. He spent like 100 tries beating ONS, but he did it. I watched the video of that. It was pretty impressive. The absolute raw concentration of that guy was amazing. It's the best I've ever seen. Grateful you were able to dispatch the threat before there was a loss of innocent life. Literally, every patient in the North Ward is dead. Just so you know that. We very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What of Azo? What part did his experiments play in this catastrophe? I confronted him. I was forced to kill him. He groaned. Such a waste. There was none more gifted working here. In time, I had hoped to rehabilitate his image, but a mind like his, so full of ideas, leaves little room for patience. I get it. It's a pun, because patience. I would inquire more into the matter, but in truth you have done this institution a favor. Were his transgressions ever to reach the public, there would be a terrible uproar. I was blind to have trusted him a second time. This is the RPG trope of everybody believes me, because I'm super honest all the time. At least KOTOR had chances to succeed or fail in lying, and Fallout as well, and other stuff. But nope, they just believe me. Yeah. His tone takes an ominous quality that reverberates all around you. I trust you'll be more cautious in future inquiries. Nope, probably lots of murder in my future. Anything new? Greetings! I guess not. We're all set. Did any of my quests update after that? Wow, this one is just stalled. I don't have any more information. That guy's nothing for me. Maybe I'll get more in doing one of these other ones. Oh, it's done. Okay, it's a done mission. Oh, great. Okay, I didn't get any experience for it, it seems, but okay. All right. Cool times. Well, we did accomplish our goal, so that's good. I guess all that remains is to get the hell out. We helped Aloth, and we, I could have swore I leveled you up, but okay. Yeah, we helped Aloth, and we, moved the story along just fine. Thank you. More mechanics from you. You get no new unlocks. Oh, here we go. Faithful Companion. Improves defense against charmed, confused, dominated.
Animal companions do small amounts of sneak attack damage against targets that qualify. I do like buffing the wolf, because the wolf fucking kicks ass. Spirits, vessels, wilders. All attacks at enemies with low endurance convert some hits to crits, and those crits do additional damage. I like it. We'll go with that one. That's a neat one. Whatever makes you guys stronger. Alright, let's get out. What time is it? 7:49. Not too bad. Probably play for another half hour. Maybe more. We'll see where we're at.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food.
I did say we're going to end soon, and then 40 minutes later we were still playing. What's going on? That was annoying how those two's conversation just got interrupted by me and this guy. Oh, look, we're playing the messenger. Beg your pardon, I have a message for you. You were summoned to Hadrit House, where Lady Webb wishes to meet with you as soon as possible. All right. And here I thought the locals were exaggerating about Dunwood Row. Seems like your name's come up in some important meetings. I hope nobody was shouting it at the time. Tell me about the lady. Do you not know of Lady Webb? She's, well, no one's seen her exactly in a long time. But she's the mistress of Dunwood Row. Has been for as long as anyone can remember. I hope she's like, Willy Wonka. He pauses, eyeing passerby with suspicion. Quietly, he continues. She's supposed to be old, older than anybody. She never leaves her room. Some say she's wasted away, and she's just a pile of bones kept animated by dark magics. I bet she's a super hot lady. Yeah. She's still at it. Best anyone can tell. Learning things, keeping us safe, pulling the strings behind the throne too, it said. Has a ring of ciphers doing her bidding, telling her everything that goes on. You do wrong in this country, before you go asking the gods for forgiveness, best you ask Lady Webb first. Thank you, messenger. You're pretty fucking helpful. I should give him a tip. How did you know where to find me? Well, it's Lady Webb. She knows everything. Okay. What is Dunwood Row? A whole mess of ciphers run out of Hadrit House. They make it their business to keep the peace, but they don't like you to see them do it. Problems in this city have a way of going away on their own, and when that happens, you can make a pretty good guess as to why. Where can I find the house? Just over there, milady, the southwest corner of Brackenbury. Oh, great.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
Where did that start? Hold on. Hold on. Sagani, of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment. I quite agree. Dear Woodens oversalt everything and drown it in sauce. And she just said, and they burn it all the flavor. Nothing like raw deer flank. Ew, that does sound bad. I believe there's a tavern here. Yeah, I could go there. Let's have a nap. We've been through some battles, need to reset our spells, so we'll have ourselves a nap.
Welcome. Hello.
What did you want? No, I didn't get it. There we go.
How do you do?
Show me your room, sir. Oh, you don't have a common room. Huh. I actually have to pay. But I only have 16,500 gold. Can't believe you're charging these prices. Ooh, look at all that well. I'll go with that one. Very nice. Very comfy. Elegant. Boo, boo, boo. Let's go. Oh, that screen just reminded me. Let's see. Encyclopedia. I was hoping for a reputations section. Afflictions, injuries. Yeah. And lore. Look at all this lore. Oh, I didn't make that connection. They told us about these kids, but I didn't know that's what a wict was. Oh no! That's literal zombie children with souls of cats and shit. Oh, we're terrible. We've killed lots of those things. Not great. I'm not sure if I want to do this Lady Web thing right now, but I'm kind of enjoying trailing this thread of action. Look at you. As you near the apparition, you are overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real, the recollection of an emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides nevertheless. The apparition's brow is tensed, a look of concern plain across its face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
They lie.
They speak out of concern for you. Now tell me, is there something to their concern?
Dude, I've literally been walking around for like an hour. Relax. I took a nap, that's all. Pain in your stomach deepens, and you feel for a moment as though you're about to be sick. Your mouth has gone dry. I have no choice but to say, "Forgive me, Eminence. I wish to leave the order." He folds his fingers together and presses them to his mouth, thoughtful. You've been an apt student.
You have been an apt student.
I keep forgetting actually has a voice.
Inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
The people we intended to convert, they committed unspeakable acts, sacrifices, mutilations. My family has not taken my new faith well. They no longer speak to me. That's terrible. I've done something unforgivable. We were attacked on my last mission. Yeah, this one. He exhales slowly and its lips pressed together, a sympathetic rapport in its eyes. It places its hand on your shoulder.
These are the ways of the heathen world.
Surely the gods would do better to destroy us all and start anew.
Perhaps they would. It may come to that one day. This is why we must not fail. The heathens are beyond the gods' reach. They do not know better. We are tasked with delivering them to the gods, so that the gods may heal their souls.
Is such a thing possible?
I have seen it with my own eyes. You will see it too, if you choose to remain. There is no greater calling than the one we have chosen. Neither words, nor wealth, nor battle will end this suffering. Only the gods. Will you give them that chance?
The knot in your stomach seems to loosen all at once, and the anxiety is replaced with something else entirely, something warm and soothing. And it is something you know you can never repay. As the vision fades, you start to become cognizant of the many odd looks aimed in your direction. Your last response echoes in your mind. I will.
Hey.
Yeesh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Did I talk to you? Oh, you're just a soul. I don't care. Don't care. We did go through all here before. Hey, it's Curran.
How do you do?
Hello again. What are you busy with? His small furry hands gesture expansively at the papers before him. Ah. Are your power went out? Oh shit. Hope that stays back on, dude. Don't worry about it. It's cool. His small furry hands gesture expansively. Hollowborn growing unrest and the ever-present political intrigues. With so many missing souls, missing persons are the least of our concerns. What brings you to Dunwood Row? I was invited here by Lady Webb. Cocks his head to one side as if trying to get a better look. Forgive me, she doesn't take many visitors, but the ones she does invite are a fascinating lot. I've always marveled at her choices. Nothing in common to my eyes, but her sight is far keener than mine. I wonder what it is she sees. Her room's upstairs, the one with the guards out front. The city may not understand her value, but the Duke certainly does. Goodbye. Bullshit. Stay safe. You know, unlocking things is always nice for a little bit of free experience. Yeah, give me that. Give me that experience. This too. Unlock all the things. Yeah, unlock it.
It's done.
Sure, whatever. I mean, for instance, don't go out and try to get struck by lightning in hopes that you'll gain superpowers. It only works in, like, Nickelodeon shows. I don't know if I was up here before. Nah. Good call, good call. Lady Webb will see me now. Already. I read that. Okay, let's just go in. Hi, Lady Webb. Whew. You're just gonna stay in the storm cell until you look like one of those things from H.G. Wells' Time Machine. The only H.G. Wells story I actually read all the way through. Very nice. It was pretty good. I got bored during War of the Worlds, but Time Machine I thought was like much better. Even though it was like ridiculous, it was just kind of a fun adventure. This woman clutches a thick stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers, their flesh stretched thin to near translucence with extreme age. I was wrong, she's not that hot. A gossamer veil over pale blue veins. Ink splotches and candle burns dot and stripe her hands like a quilt patterned after some great indescribable truth. She does not look up from her reading.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation
Watch the movie,
of
Time
Aethys
Machine.
look like a child's
Fucking terrible.
cantrip, surely.
And War of the
It
Worlds.
doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
Alright, she's shitting on her underlings immediately. I don't like Lady Webb. Frowns. So it's true, those spies of hers don't miss much.
And this fiasco in the sanitarium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of.
Oh, it was a
What
little
in
bit of a tiff.
blazes
It's fine.
possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
I'm investigating a strange group. I sure as hell am.
Strange does not
Yeah.
begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason. You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend. Which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the Leaden Key?
I'm gonna be cagey with her. Not really sure why. I just don't trust her all that much. I ran across a man I was hired to investigate. That's not true. I ran across a man in one of the ruins. I'm not going to give this to her right away. I'm sure she already knows, though. It's important that I find him. She closes her eyes and the lids flicker. Then her face goes still and her mouth parts, a little more than a sliver, and her hand briefly drops open, spilling some of her parchment to the ground. The pages wafting around her legs like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back and her gaze is immediately upon you.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid.
I just remembered I have
The
chips and
man you
guacamole.
seek is Theos Ix Arc,
That's a good feeling to have.
Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Eora has ever known.
Thanks. Theos. That's a great name for a villain. Pretty close to Thanos, but legally distinct. So not Thanos. How do you know I seek? I'm going to say Thanos probably a lot when I read this name. How do you know I seek Theos?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it. You even happened to catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. It must have been a special occasion.
Tell me about Theos.
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The Leaden Key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it. What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man. Awakened during adolescence, with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates
This is
sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Woodica's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism.
So he is, and I'm trying to remember the name of the character. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I'll never remember it. I quit watching that show. Is like a symbiote type thing going on. Although this is not quite that. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. Oh,
that
yeah.
may also explain another supposed gift of his.
Mm-hmm.
His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to
Jazia,
take
thank you.
possession
Good
of
call.
others. If
I only watched a
their
couple of
souls
seasons
are
of that.
weak enough.
But,
Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces
I was a little
them
in
to
love with
kill
her.
themselves. He is not known for his generous
Just a little.
supply of pity.
wow.
He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your
Just scrolled past a meme for her on Tumblr. Well, I'm sure there was no nudity. Damn it. Damn it, Tumblr. Damn it. What do you want from me?
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row.
I've never trusted anyone less than this lady. Like, literally, she only called me up here so far to give me some info, tell me that she exists, and shit. So this is the most suspicious couple of things I've heard in a while.
Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us.
I don't have to come and tell you a fucking
it
thing,
will
lady.
surely point you to Theos.
What do you give
In
me?
return, I will
There we
share
go.
our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
That's nothing. That's nothing. I don't trust you at all, ma'am.
If you find your trail has run cold,
Right.
come to me
Web
with whatever you have.
of lies.
There is much I may be able to do for you.
I played Prototype. I played it. Is that the right name? Probably. How do you know about
The
Theos?
same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of
Has she
greater
not
value.
seen Spider-Man? Right.
Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
What else can you tell me about Leaden Key?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know. If you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal.
Oh, it's not hard to imagine.
Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
I guess I'll tell her something. I can tell you something.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Theos in Brackenbury Sanitarium impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public's opinion of Animancy.
Forgive me, it is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious.
Furious.
He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, He will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep.
Fantastic.
This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale.
This is not a complaint about this video game, but one thing that Fallout 1 and 2 had that I really wish this game had was I wish certain key characters had an animated portrait right here that was talking at me, so I could look at them when they speak, not sit here and read text as it's being said at me. That's my fault that happens, but I loved the animated faces. I would love to have those back, but that's fine. Slight little wish, that's all.
If we can learn more about their goals and methods,
I think those were
perhaps we
CG
can
too.
get the palace behind
Did I
us.
read that was the first CG
With
used in
our
games?
support,
I might be wrong
we may
about
be
that.
able to put a stop to this.
Okay, that's all. More questions.
Yes?
Oh my god. Tell me about the road.
All the things there are to know in this world, and you ask me about work. Deerwood is a rebel country. Conflict is in its blood. If you think a few guards posted in our cities keep chaos at bay, you are very new to town indeed.
No, I think what I just experienced pretty much set the tone.
We are Deerwood Cipher investigators, of course. But what we really are is its last barrier against anarchy. People are more at ease
We're
when they
anime
believe they are
characters.
watched over by someone more enlightened than they are. It pacifies them. So that is the image we foster. And we do try to be enlightened for their sake. The knowledge we gather here is Deerwood's standing army in many ways. We learn what's vital and we act on it while Deerwood sleeps, blissfully unaware of the terrifying truths all around them. I wish I could tell people the things I know sometimes, but the truth is I don't think many of them could bear it.
How old are you? What a dick. How did you come to be
Me?
here?
I started this place in a different time under a different Duke. I impressed the Duke with my research and my work ethic, and he became possessed of the notion that I would be ideal to lead a secret network of gifted investigators. I don't know how such an idea got into his head.
How old are you? No. She gives a half-hearted gasp and covers her mouth with her fingers. You wicked woman, where are your manners? Were you raised without a shred of decency?
I lost count ages
Ah,
ago.
that's funny.
Such a strange thing to celebrate.
Bit of fake pearl clutching.
Closer to
Very
death.
nice.
Oh, I've had my share of work done to prolong my existence, if that's what you're wondering. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not done here. There are things I still wish to learn. And I'll be the effigy if I let Bereth carry me off before I'm through.
I don't know what that lore means. Effigy, capital E.
There was a time when I considered enlisting the theorems of Pondgrum to extend my life indefinitely.
I read that as Pangasm.
I found the thought of devouring my political enemies to sustain my own life greatly appealing. I must have gone soft with age.
Are you psychic?
If you are hoping I can look at your hand and tell you whom you should marry, you can just wipe that notion from your mind. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. That is what I pay spies for. Being a cipher is not unlike being a watcher. You notice more about what is already there. Many can hold an object and know where it's been, or peer into the thoughts of people around them. They can also sometimes affect those thoughts, but that would be unethical, of course.
Okay. You're kind of cool,
Tiny,
actually.
talented few pick up so much about the world around them, they can get images of things to come, but these are fleeting and unreliable.
You said you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Who said I was talented? I don't. Least not that I can trust. And with me, it's only ever about one
Oh,
thing
I hope it's a
anyway.
sex thing. What is it?
A quiet day at home.
I like that. What? She glances back behind her toward a small table, and a queer smile finds its way across her face. Alrighty. Just that table. Is there a Lord Webb?
There
Ooh.
was.
What happened?
He believed in dying with dignity. He was old-fashioned that way, my husband. We saw the world very differently, he and I. But he was good to me while he lasted.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. I don't believe I have other questions.
Try
Farewell.
your best not to die out there.
Thanks, Marcus. No. Thanks, Dr. Zed. Try not to die.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
I've got this.
Notes scribbled in a cryptic shorthand. No, we're fine. We're not going to steal from Milady. Very good. I guess we learned some stuff today.
Laying low.
Hold on. Party reputations. Gilded Veil champion, overwhelmingly good. Defiant Space still neutral, although I have done some shit for people. Dozens, ally, faintly good. House Dominel, troublemaker, faintly bad. Okay. I don't know how that happened, but alright. At least they like us in the Veil. We did do some good stuff for them. Benevolent, clever, stoic, aggressive, diplomatic, passionate, and honest. We do favor stoic and rational. I don't even have that here. Passionate and cruel. Ooh, we almost killed our 100th enemy as Star Platinum. I bet he's over 100. Yeah. I didn't know this list existed. Very nice. 40 crits. Alright, yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Alright. Cool. I'm glad we found our reputations. Now I know where they are. Alright, let's see if we can complete one more task or quest before we end the stream today. Let's see what we have. Here we go. By tracking down the gift bearer, Vivienne was able to deduce the resting place of the girl's mother's belongings, an ancient dead oak. Unfortunately, the Great Tree had become the host of a large colony of wood beetles. Some careful scouting and more than a little fighting, Vivienne retrieved the belongings and returned them to the girl. However, the girl realized that a curious wooden ring among the items had not belonged to her mother. She gave it to Vivienne, and thanks. Great. We got a weirwood ring. Corrode, damage reduction bonus, freeze damage reduction bonus, and liberating. Of unknown provenance, the ring was found among the belongings of a woman that gift bearer wanted to drop Blackware. He recovered the belongings. Oh, great. So much going on here. Immunity to stuck. Cool. Well, rings are good. I like those. Not sure where it currently is, though. Is it in my stash, or is it back at base? Yeah, where's that ring? I don't see it anywhere. Alright, I give up. The ring has just disappeared. Big shame. Okay, let's just go there. Let's try that. Something to do, right? I'm having weird feelings about this game. I don't usually 100% games, but I can't see myself not doing any of the tasks and quests that I have. There's very little that I feel like I'm going to skip. We'll see. Sorry if I keep looking down. My cat's down there. She keeps poking at my toes with her claws. I mean, 100% this game as much as you can 100% an RPG with choice-based conclusions. Also, it's a blind playthrough, so all those things. We are going... I came to the wrong place entirely. I need to go to Copper Lane. That's where. I also need to go into the zombie-infected district and clear that out. I bet there's some good info there as well. I'm pretty sure I've been in here. I could be wrong.
I could while away hours in here. If we had the time, of course. Do we?
Relax, Connor. Found a way inside the hall, the front door, but the Elder Archives lie beyond more locked doors. Yeah. Hi, Fexa. Welcome to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Oh, great.
How do you do?
She barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple, and after all, the Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. Tell me about yourself. She throws her broad shoulders back. I am Scrivener and devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. Nice. Anything else? This is a temple. Looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. Can't believe locked doors at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Fuck off. To think that there is such a place in the Direwood. Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves? Hey, I did a voice and it worked okay. I'm not going to do it again, though. Fascinating. Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Who's Grimda? She speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around here today. Oh, yeah. Farewell. Yeah, I've been challenged to do voices, and I can't do it. I'm sorry. That's why I skip a lot of dialogue in games. But this game, I felt I couldn't just sit here and look at dialogue and not read it out loud. Yakuza, I skipped all the dialogue. It's not stealing, it's a library. I have to leave to steal. Don't give me this shit. Fuck, I kind of want to read this. I have no reason to want to read this, but that's a good name for a book. 10 Years of Dawn. 10 years I tilled the Vorlus leaf, and 10 years I told myself that living in St. Waidwin's footsteps would bring me rebirth. Each dawn I'd pray that if thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee light, and each yet night would bring the same emptiness. For my decade of living as a simple dye farmer, all I have to show for it is a great deal of purple clothing. Eothas has not spoken to us since he appeared as St. Waidwin. It was my hope that Eothas would claim me as his next vessel, but alas, the Child of Light remains silent. Every day I practice the ritual of banishing the shadows of the unfaithful. Every day I work my fields in solitude, without sign of Eothas returning. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee light, but how long must I remain lost in this long night of abandonment? Is this my punishment for keeping my faith a secret? Is Eothas hiding from me until I shout my reverence for all to hear? Surely he must know that the Dirwoodans now hate him and his followers. My countrymen are quick to blame all that was terrible about the Saints' War on those of us still faithful to Eothas. Should they not be angry at the Red Seraph soldiers? Do the dear Woodens not realize that to dismiss the god of rebirth and redemption is to prevent all hope of healing? As I pen these words, I know that I must continue to till the dye leaf. I will awake each day with hope, and if thou art in darkness, he shall bring me light. Each day I will pray that the dawn stars visit me, and just as they visited St. Waidwin in his field of Vorlis, will they come to me as they came to St. Waidwin, as a man and two women, luminescent and perfect? I am told they come to presage new times. I am told many things, and I struggle to find the faith to believe it all. And yet, each morning the sun rises in the eastern sky, and each morning Aothis illuminates my simple plot of land, casting away the shadows of the unfaithful in his golden gaze. I thank thee, Aothis, for all the springs I've had, and all that will come. I am in darkness. Please bring me light. Is there something wrong with my monitor? Look at these words here. Look at this line. But now, when I go down, they're all scrunched together here in this one spot. But they're not. Yeah, now they're scrunched here. What is happening? I don't know. I think that's just the game. I don't need to read a customs book very much. Oh, hey, good job leaving all the books on the ground, idiot. I think I'm good there. Fascinating. Excerpts from the Sermon of the Struggle. Nah. Too much reading. I'm probably going to end the stream in this building, so maybe I'll just read stuff on the way out next stream. Next pillar stream, rather. Hey, it's Grimda.
Welcome.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Ouch! The spider's stature, I'm going to have to use that to describe some people. I'm thinking of Abuela from Coco. She looked kind of like a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down at her nose at you. I know her name wasn't Abuela. It's Grandma in Spanish. I know that. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue to scratch. I feel like I'm not pronouncing that word right. I never have. I remember reading Bartleby the Scrivener, and he's all, I would prefer not to. Yeah, he was a cool guy. She shoots the nearest rogue figure a withering glare. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. She sizes you up, stroking your chin. And I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose? She scowls at the priest. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot. Okay. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden. A secret of the 100 Visions. Her wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse in the road to Direford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards the persistent seeker. So do I. An ancient scroll of Whale. That's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. What else do I need? This is the gut of what we're looking for. An animancer named Nidin asked me to retrieve the theorems of Pangram from the Elder Archives. Her impressive frown deepens. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes and see that this Nidin never sets foot in here again. Ouch. In the meantime, here, a token of our appreciation. What the fuck? No, I don't want to see her barred entirely. It seems a fearsome price to pay. Knowledge dangled just out of reach makes a tempting prize for any soul. Yeah, fuck that. That's not what I want. They just told me that the quest ended just because I said. That sucks. I don't really like that much when they just take away a quest from me. I was kind of hoping to complete that. Well, let's continue on and see if the quest is actually over. It looks like I got a lot of experience for it. That tells me that the quest's over. Tell me about yourself. I'm the High Archivist of Hall of Revealed Memories. She coughs loudly, and I am too old and too busy to be bothered with the name questions. Even just one or two? Tell me more about Whale. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Whale is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the 100 visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. Though we often call Whale he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristic to Whale is to miss another essential part of its divinity. Tell me about the 100 visions. The 100 anything is always a cool name for something. A term of reverence for Whale's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma. I thought I was busy. Hey, you haven't said anything in a while, Sagani. Welcome. More questions about the scroll. Tell me what you know about the thieves. Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the God of Secrets. Well, they kind of did. That and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. How should I handle them? However you like. Kill them, rob them, leave them. Makes no difference. I'll consider it one of Whale's mysteries. Okay. What's so special about the scroll? Whale's God of Secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I? It's a parable, the kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. Let's talk about other shit. Goodbye. What the fuck? I didn't want to do that. That sucks. Oh man, that really blows. When was my last save? I don't really want to do that. Oh shit, I loaded. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that at all. Yeah, all the way back here. God damn it. Okay, I do have an autosave. That should be the most recent one. Probably. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, autosave. You're very kind to me.
All right then.
These pages.
Hail and well met.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do?
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll reset. So we're not closed out on that quest yet. I have no idea how I'm going to get back into the Elder thing, but she may give it to me once I return the scroll, you know? Give me a peek behind the old curtain. But, unfortunately, that means I can't complete that quest probably today, and I think the best thing to do is to end the stream. Cool. Alright, cool. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. We had so much fun. Thanks, Woban and Zeb. And thank you, Marvelous Chester, even though I had no idea what you were talking about, and thank you, of course, Rio as well. Let's see. Not a lot of people around today. Kind of a modest thing. I think I'll just give someone a host versus a nice big fat raid. And so, yeah. Guys, I'll see you on the other side. Said earlier in the stream, I have next week off, which means lots and lots of streams. I'll be playing lots of Pillars, of course. I should finish the Messenger very soon, maybe Friday. And I guess I'll probably start Dishonored 2. Let's see. There it is. Dishonored 2 right there. Yeah. Bye again, Woban. Guys, we'll see you later on. Farewell.